Hey my friends, how's it going? It's Ultimus, and we have more arenas for you with my buddy, the Enhancement Shaman. Keith Shape. Keith Ape? I can't even say. I can't read. The point is, we are fighting an Arms Warrior Discipline Priest. Very, very intimidating combo just with how decent priests are at the moment. I fought some very bad priests, and then I fought some very good priests where it feels like no matter how much damage you pump into them, you're just doing nothing. Warrior already popped out with the sword there, so we're feeling pretty confident, at least I am anyways. He's going ham onto my Shaman here, taking advantage of the fact that my Shaman is under-geared. Blended the fear onto the priest there to try to put a little bit more pressure on the warrior there to hopefully have him back off. I have just wanting to help keep my Shaman alive at this point. So priest is having to struggle to keep this guy alive. Pump some cooldowns into him for sure, and it's not going to matter because he's just going to go down between my damage and the Shaman damage. I like seeing key plays like that pay off just right here. Again, just with how game-changing that fear was, and not to say that the things that my Shaman was doing were unimportant. Obviously, that's goes without saying. The Shaman obviously huge, but landing that fear right there, being willing to walk over there for a bit instead of wasting the charge to walk over, fear, charge back to the warrior, and put enough pressure on that warrior to where the priest had to struggle to keep him alive, and then in the end it didn't matter. I like gameplay like that. I feel like, to me, that's rewarding. That's almost more rewarding than the win itself. We are actually up against the same comp here and same exact players in between matches. We had, I think, 1 or 2 matches in between this that we lost to an Affliction Warlock and something else. But the strategy is going to kind of remain the same. Our original plan was to sit Priest, but we ended up going Warrior last time. So this time we're going to try to stick with it. Warrior is unfortunately already popped die by the sword. I feel bad saying it, but I really don't know what he's doing, so that's interesting to me at least. He's now off fear duration, so I'll have fear back up in a minute. Have no interrupts for that, so just trying to keep bleeds and Colossus Smash going and keeping the Mortal Strikes up to try to reduce that healing as best as possible. He's able to nab the interrupt on that flash of light, thus giving me the buff and helping to pump my damage up just a little bit. And since he's Holy Locked, there's really nothing he can do about it at that point, and that's just going to end the game, which I, again, am very happy with. In this match, we're up against a Shadow Priest Holy Paladin. Once I got a look at these guys' HP, I was partly wondering if the Shadow Priest wasn't trying to carry the Paladin. I wasn't insanely confident about it, but it was a thought I had. In this particular match, notice I didn't charge in. I don't want to waste my charge. I'm taking Warbringer at the moment. I've been running Warbringer a lot as of late because I like that stun. It allows me to get a little bit more damage into the target. We already got the fade off and the dispersion going. Oh, sorry, just the fade from the priest there, which is, it puts us in a good position. I don't want to let the priest free cast because of how much damage Shadow Priests are doing right now, which is half the fun of playing them, but they have no defensive. So if we can keep putting pressure on both of them and force him to pop cooldowns, we're in a good place. Aura Master's been popped by the Paladin, putting some good cleave damage into both of them, which I like. And the longer this goes on, the more chances we have of winning, simply because of dampening. How much damage Arms Warriors and Resto and Enhancement Shamans put out really wins late game, which is really nice. So if we can just kind of keep biding our time here, we'll be okay. Unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of time. As you can see, my health is dipping very, very low. Luckily, my Shaman friend comes in here to help me out at the last minute. I nab that killing blow, which is great. I'm able to get the victory rush off, and then we're able to go in to finish the game. One thing I will point out about playing with the Shaman that I really, really like is that he's letting me get the killing blows. And that seems like a really selfish thing to say, but as a warrior, and specifically an Arms Warrior in 2's, I need those. I need those very much to survive. It's not a pride thing. It's not an arrogance thing. It's very much just like for longevity and being able to survive and keep playing the game, I need those victory rushes. If you'll notice at the beginning of this match, I as well took Warbringer because of how slippery Mistweaver monks are, and I want to be able to charge and stay on top of him whenever I need. So in this case, again, I did not charge in here, putting pressure on the Death Knight, blasted the fear as always, continuing to put pressure on the Death Knight. I don't want him killing my Shaman. I can't 1v2 this. I just can't, because I can barely 1v1 a Death Knight. So use the Heroic Leap to get back on top of the monk. Waited for the Chi Torpedo to use my charge to get back on top of him. Fighting back around this corner with the damage, and there's not much he can do at that point because his defensive cooldowns were blown. And that was the game right there for us. Still a little bit scary because of how much damage the Death Knight is putting in, but once he gets this low, I'm feeling very, very confident. I'm basically at full health. I know there's no way he can win unless... Actually, I probably shouldn't say there's no way. I'm an Arms Warrior in a 2v2 arena, and then now a 1v1. But I like these matches because I think it showcases how good and effective Fear can be, and also how good and how well Warbringer is performing, which I think is really, really cool. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for these matches. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.